Hey guys, this is Anthony, or SkilledLegend. It's been a while since I've done a video, but my thoughts behind it was I should probably, you know, go through and try things out and take a little time to, actually get to see this patch before I actually went into details about it. And 1.3 actually has been really, really good. There's only a few things that I would ever complain about. One of those things that I really didn't like about this patch is how there is a huge gear and skill cap disparity, as I said with 1.2 or with the transfers. There are people who either A, haven't played in such a long time because of how their server died and they couldn't PvP, or they just were a lot more casual. We were actually a really good PvP guild on our server, and the biggest problem that we had was that we could only queue once in a while after those first couple of months of 1.2 and after the first couple of months of the game coming out. And that was a huge problem for us because, I mean, like I said, we weren't, the normal run-of-the-mill people. We were actually really good. Our A team could basically deal with any team on our old server. And now we're kind of behind. We've been trying to do rated war zones. We've done a couple, and we haven't done great. There's a couple of reasons why, and one is because of obviously the the gear disparity. Excuse me. Not all of us have full war hero. I mean, I think only 3 or 4 of us do because we didn't get to PvP all that often, and I mean, let alone like full augmented war hero. I think we only have one of those 3 people, maybe 2, that actually have the full set with augments. And I mean, it's gotten a lot easier since 1.3 came out to do this, so I'm not gonna go on that too much. But another one of the big things is that currently, as you can see, I'm playing a Vanguard right now, and one of the biggest problems on our old server was before I went Empire, I played a Vanguard to 50. I was one of the very first Vanguards to 50 on our server, and I didn't think I would be coming back, so I was stupid enough to delete the character, and not knowing that on our server I'd be one of the very few. I think on our server we had a total of maybe 3 Vanguards, and that's no joke, that were 50. And so I made the huge mistake of deleting that character, and so now I'm leveling another one. But that's another big problem with our guild, is we have absolutely no Vanguards who are level 50. Well, I mean, they're level 50, but they have no gear, and as my Commando is pretty worthless in rated war zones, I decided to start leveling this dude and get his gear up as fast as possible. Vanguards and power techs are very important. It's kind of like going into World of Warcraft Arena without a druid for a while there. It's just, you didn't do it. And it's kind of annoying that the game went this direction, but I mean, it happens, and I'm actually quite disappointed that it happened to be that mercenaries and vanguards are just, I mean, mercenaries and commandos just got beat the hell down, and they're just almost worthless now. I have yet to see any kind of commando except for me and my healer friend. We're the only 2 ones in it. I'm assault spec, and he's a healer, and we've yet to see anybody else along those lines in any of the games that we played, whether they were Republic or Empire. So it's just been like one of those things where we both have re-rolled different characters. He re-rolled a Shadow, and I'm re-rolling a Vanguard. And it's sad that it's come to this, but Another thing that's kind of disappointing is they nerfed some of these classes, but they didn't really nerf the problems with the classes in this. They nerfed some of the tanking abilities of like assassins and shadows and some of the other tank classes, but they didn't nerf the damage that they do, just the tanking survivability. And so it's really kind of absurd. Some of you have been asking me, like, what do I think of rated war zones, or what do I think of this stuff? And honestly, we've noticed that there's no negative consequences or repercussions for having any kind of tank. We've seen teams where they have 3 juggernauts and 2 of them are tanks, and then they have healers, and then they have 2 more tanks, and they just destroy other teams. There's one team on this server that I'm not going to mention by name, but that's all they do, is they have a bunch of tanks and a bunch of healers, and I've yet to see them lose a game. That we've talked to Empire teams and other Republic teams, and it just seems the way to go. And it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would rather see, a use of DPS. I would rather see other people, other classes, and other things be used. But it hasn't gone that way at all. It's kind of disappointing, but I mean, hopefully BioWare will figure this out and do something about it. Otherwise, it's just people are gonna start rerolling tanks and healers, and that's all it's gonna be in rated war zones. I can just see it now. But other than the problems with rated war zones that people probably anticipated, the game is still pretty damn good. I am enjoying being able to find PvE groups. I'm enjoying the looking for group thing. It's nice to be able to get black hole comms pretty easily now, seeing as we used to raid pretty hardcore, but we gave that up once we actually had PvP back, so it's nice to be able to get the black hole comms without having to do too much work, even though I know that sounds like what I'm typically against. Normally I wouldn't say that, but it's just like, I don't know. I just figure that if I have to do something, it's nice that I can get done without having to have my whole guild stop doing what they want to do to help me. I mean, I still have to do quite a bit of work. It's just not like the crazy work that I had to do before. I also like the character perks. I have tons and tons of monies, so it's nice to be able to put them into something that's actually useful, because before it was just buying augments, and that's basically all I ever bought. It wasn't like I was buying all these different things. It was just basically augments, and now I can actually buy other things that I can use, so that's kind of nice. And it's made this leveling process even easier than it was before. Other than that, augment kits are pretty cool. It's seriously one of the easiest way to make money. I think I've already made like 50k on this character, just off of the low ones, which I think is actually pretty ridiculous, just because people are, taking advantage of this right away. One of the biggest problems that they had, and they patched it right away, was that the old gear that was augmented didn't have the level requirement that you would think. One of my buddies actually bought a Battlemaster augment piece, and it was not an MK6 augment thing on it, because it was before 1.3 came out, and that was one of their major bugs. And so he was really ticked that he spent like 200k on a Battlemaster augmented piece, because he wanted to look like a trooper instead of his Jedi Guardian, and it was augmented wrong, so he couldn't put it. Well, he couldn't put the augment that he spent like a lot of money on. So it was just more trouble than it was worth. But anyways, they finally fixed it, and thank God he didn't buy the other one. I told him that they would probably fix it. So, but other than that, this patch has been pretty good. Like I said, I haven't really had too many complaints with it. I'm gonna probably stick with this game for a while. I'm not gonna go try Guild Wars 2 or anything. I'm just gonna keep it up, because I mean, I can't afford more than one game, and I really enjoy Star Wars. I always have, and I've always enjoyed BioWare's work, so I'm not gonna give up on them just because of a couple of bad things, even though a lot of people have. So I will continue to update you guys on how we're doing. If you guys actually are watching and you play on the Fat Man and you have like a Vanguard or a Shadow or some tank class, that's Republic side, we would actually be interested in having you guys join. We're not looking for people who are not really that geared. I know that that's kind of mean to say, and that's kind of stupid because I'm leveling a Vanguard to gear up, but I know how to gear up fast, and we're not really looking for people who are just like trying to find a guild or just trying to get geared up. But for those people who are pretty geared, if you got mostly augmented war hero, or if you got full augmented war hero, we'd love to hear from you. Our guild's called Thendys Noori, which was the old server that we were on. Just hit up Cannas, or as you can see, Ashley here, and we'll throw you an invite. But like I said, we want either people who are all augmented war hero or mostly, because we can help you finish up the rest of the set. We actually use our guild bank to buy the kits and buy augments and help people get augmented. So let us know what's up. Other than that, I will let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was really boring. It's just me leveling my character through PvE. Normally I'd be PvPing right now, but I've gone into like 8 games and I've only won 1, and people on this server give up way too easily. They don't ever complete a game. If it's Civil War and we're losing, they just stand on the one side that we have and don't even try. It's kind of depressing, but I didn't want to show you guys a game where we would just probably be getting stomped. Otherwise I would have done a PvP video instead of this boring PvE content. But anyways, tell me what your guys' thoughts are. I'd love to hear your comments. As always, give my channel a like or a subscribe, and share this video. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. Bye.